How's that? Am I coming through yet? Like I said, I've been having some serious tech issues all day. Am I good? Let me know yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. If things are going good, I don't know what the flying fuck knuckles is going on with this thing. Hopefully everything is coming in good now. I'm seeing everything up and running. Let me get my, okay, yep, good. So I didn't even have a chance to get my headphones on, guys. And yep, now I can actually hear myself. Okay, let's try this again. Welcome everybody to Syntax Live. I hope you're doing good. I've been running around like a jackass all day because I had to go over my dad's. I had to get his strawberries picked and everything like that. It's been raining as hell. I had to take him out to do his errands. It's just been a long day. I did, however, get the next story for tonight. It is all done. It is actually set to drop tonight, midnight Eastern Standard Time. So at least I got that done. You guys all know how it is. It can get very, 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 very busy, and that's just freaking life. So let me just mess around with that for a second. You know how it is, but we all know that we got to be here. We got to do our jobs, and I'm going to sit here, pop a top, as we get ready to do our startup. And for some reason, that one doesn't want to work. Yeah, I've been, like I said, some serious technical issues, guys. I'm hoping this can kick in here in a minute. I'm just jumping around like a jackass. Hang on. Oh, sweet Jesus. I swear, I need somebody else to... Hey, the sir is here. How you doing, sir? How you doing? All right. Originally, I was going to set that up with a MechWarrior video. The problem is I can't get any. Like I said, I even went into Pixel Bay and it was terrible. For a 28-second clip, they wanted $60 for one. And that's for every single one. They also want you to sign up. They also want to have access to your computer. I'll go with a big fuck off. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I need a drink. My original plan was tonight to actually have a bottle of something stronger, and everybody sends in a $5 better super chat. I do a shot. Or to like you, sir, I hope you're feeling better. And he does see he's feeling better. That just I kind of clipped in as I was drinking. So, also, I hope you guys enjoy the sound effects when I can do them. Sometimes they don't actually hit. A few people were saying on the latest one to drop, and that would have been, are they ghosts? Hold on. No, that only counts as one. Yeah, with all the explosions and stuff that everybody was saying that was good. And I see, where the hell is it? And it's not working. So we got our first super chat of the night. It is our wonderful MTF guard. Let me write that down before I mess it up again. Like I said, running around like jackass. It said, appears I shall finally complete GTA Vice City tonight. Oh yeah. Ever heard of T-86 take the turret from a M18 Hellcat and slap on a heavy modified upgraded Levet Hull, creating a boat tank? Well, pretty much fun. I know the Hellcat was one hell of a tank destroyer. Speaking of tank destroyers, I wonder if it does something like this. And I tried to actually download the videos you guys sent. Unfortunately, unless I have a third and fourth party, I can't pull anything off YouTube. If you guys send me just a straight video like that one, then we're all golden. And my biggest issues I wanted to get a whole bunch of them lined up, but they're not formatted right. I literally have to go through my external hard drive and reformat. So I was hoping to have some good stuff for you as far as videos are concerned, but I guess I'm stuck with just picks for right now, except for that one video. I could hit the countdown because that just comes with this, but whatever. All right. Gonna jump right into it, guys. I've been dragging too long here. And we're gonna go over really quick all the stuff that happened during. Son of a bitch. Like I said, if I haven't had good luck, it's just bad luck all the way around. Okay. The one, who will inherit the universe? Yeah, the title card looks a lot like this one. As far as the comment section goes, it wasn't totally flooded. You guys had some pretty interesting conversations in there. But one of them, I found you guys started arguing about some political stuff and some possibly religious stuff. And guys, I try to stay away from that on this channel. But somebody tried to say I was using slang with the kind of shitty names I was using, with the di-ha-ea or di-re-ha. I was going to say that and all that. Guys, it was meant to be a joke. It was meant to laugh. It was supposed to lighten everything up. But I thought there were some pretty shitty names, but I thought they could go for a joke. Anyways. The main comment was I showed how they play both sides, and you guys it was kind of a warning to anybody who was listening, because I've been played before. I'm sure you've been played, and you got to watch out, because there's always one dirty piece of donkey shit that always wants to play you. And I don't know why there's always somebody there, but you're better off playing the game and know how the game is played. Just like they did in Game of Thrones, the guy who aboard the game ended up getting his head chopped off in like the first or second episode. Not so fun. So, but yeah, that's it. And nobody actually picked up where the inspiration for that came from. There's actually from the very last scene of The Lord of War, who will inherit the earth? Gun runners, because everyone else is too busy killing themselves. They're playing both sides against the middle, and all you do is get rich while everyone's out killing themselves. So there's that. Let me put this back on. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Sorry, guys. I didn't have the comments in front of me. And sir. And let me see what... It's the sir. As he comes in, and I'm just sitting here surprised as hell with a $50 super sticker. He just put the star on. Thank you so much, sir. Very much appreciate it. I'm glad to hear you're doing better. I don't know if you used the thing I sent you, but I'm glad you're doing better. Everyone here is glad to see you, sir. Don't let anybody talk bad about you. And let's see, down here we got a tenner from an SS Demon. And by the way, just a reminder, guys, if there's anything in particular you want me to put up during your shout out during the week, feel free, go into the Meat Gazer box down there. I saw you looking. I know you just did. And it actually has the email address. You guys can send me whatever pictures you want me to use, and I will use them, provided I can actually get them to format correctly. It should be fine now. Most everything you guys send is into JPEG, so we're good. But Demon sent a super sticker, and we have a $5 from someone so outrageous, so crazy outrageous. Are you sure this isn't her? Hint, hint. Anyway, it's the Erica Gem, and let's see. And she says, thank you for everything. Hope all is going well with you and your family. As of right now, everything's going okay. My dad gave me one hell of a scare the other day because I came in to check on him, and he's asleep just like this. And I started like, hey, dad, and I'm screaming, like full on screaming. And I'll tell you what, my heart just started beating through my throat. And I don't wish that on anybody, to find a loved one who's not actually breathing no more. I just, gave me one hell of a fright, guys. And I'm sure you all understand. So It was so scary.
It was like a monster showed up in the house.
So, yeah. Thank you for checking up, Erica. I do appreciate it. Everybody else, Erica, Demon, Sir, Guard. Before the chat, Julius dropped his, and so did Hamish. Hamish has been back, guys. I don't see him usually during the live stream much, but he's back. He actually sent in a little bit of a thank you. So our man's back after about a year. All right. On to the next one that came through, which was War Trophy. And I'm sure this picture right here probably threw a few of you off. Honestly, I wanted something a little different, but this is the only thing I found. You guys know I haven't sunk to the level of using ChatGPT to actually make my stuff. I just do an image search and see what comes up. Somebody brought up the fact that, yes, we don't actually fight because we hate what's in front of us. We were protecting what's behind us. That is the whole point of that. And the fact that I'm sure a few of you are probably thinking, by seeing this image, the War Trophy was another soldier rescues an alien princess. She falls in love with him. There's some sort of dismount between her father and him. And that story's been done to fucking death, people. Seriously, I just blocked another channel that was giving me another one of these. And I'm just like, stop with these. Stop with these. They're so boring. They're obviously made by ChatGPT because they're all the same length. They're all like 41 to 43 minutes long, and that's it. I don't know why they're exactly that long, but that's where they're at. A few of them might get a little longer, but hold on. But most of those stories are just so boring. I mean, yeah, they got a bunch of details, but still, just no. Let's see. Somebody actually brought up the whole thing about using allies to bolster the ranks, and there was a question on why they didn't just use AI. AI does not work in every scenario. If you have a high chance of your system being hacked, being unsecured, being taken over in any way, shape, or form, you're not going to use it. Pure and simple. What happened, even when I was in the field, what do we do when we found out people were on our channel? We started having a runner taking notes back and forth, drove the Op4 nuts, and we loved it because we would send contradictory stuff over the radio, and they would be in one spot. Next thing they know, we're shooting at them from behind. And they're just like, how'd you get there? You're supposed to be here. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why that was. I got an extra from Efficient Killers. If you guys haven't gone through that one, I recommend it. It's one of the older ones. It's only, I think, 3 episodes long, but they're fairly long episodes. All right, let me pull out of this. Nope. All right. Apparently, you guys like this one here. Are they ghosts? And by the way, that little spot up there that says silent and deadly, I was about to put silent but deadly. And I'm just like, I've done enough poop jokes in the past week. I'm good. Somebody brought in the fact, fight honorably. No. Why should you? Because like they said on one of those god-awful movies, if you win by an inch or a mile, winning's winning. Doesn't matter if you take out the competition. You win. And besides, in that situation, winning's just going home. Somebody actually brought up, this is how you get small soldiers. And I thought about it, and you're right. You're right. That's where you send in the automatons that are only about as big as this drink. And yep, and yes, it does say what it's you think it says if you're actually watching, especially if you're new. But you're right. That would be a good way to just harass the living crap out of people, go into areas where they can't get and just start tearing stuff up, screw up their electrical, screw up their plumbing and stuff like that. Then they'd really be deep in the shit, wouldn't they? And yes, I did use the active camouflage. Somebody put in their shimmer flage. I don't know what, I've never heard that before. That's a new one. Congratulations to that one. It's oh, I thought I had that button ready, but apparently not. But I have this, you. Okay, sorry, I had to put that in, guys. And by the way, I found out this Rodecaster, if it's not programmed when I got it, it's almost impossible to put in the new voice changers. So the whole thing about having an alien voice changer and a female voice changer doesn't come with this. I got to find a way to upload it. Bear with me. All right, the one that just dropped right here. That still only counts as one. I guarantee a few of you were just chomping at the bit to wait to hear me say that. Although that joke was probably, probably didn't land very well. Although a few people told me, calm down there, Gimli. I'm like, yeah, I know. The key thing is that title didn't start the story. It hit me like a brick in the freaking nuts. The fact that if another species is trying to come down through the atmosphere, they have to button up to get between the actual lower atmosphere and the exosphere. So coming through, I don't care how slow they're going, they can't have their weapons deployed. That whole thing about the quote unquote Adama maneuver, I'm sorry, the amount of force that's going to be coming up under those freaking fighters is going to be enough to literally bend them around as they're coming out. It looks cool, but it does it pass the sniff test? Hold on. Nope, that's bad shit. Woo, that's bad shit. It is what it is, guys. But yeah, that's the key thing here, and that's one of the things about an invasion that it seems like nobody talks about. I guarantee you, if you guys have ever seen anybody put that in any media, by all means, put it in the chat box because I'd love to hear about it. Has anybody ever seen that where they have to button up to actually land and they just get the shit kicked out of them? And there was a little confusion on what actually broke the ship in half. The one that ended up over by Mongolia and into China is they got hit with the Chinese heavy lift rocket and the Russian Soyuz. They are within range of something like that. You got to remember, a ship's not coming straight down. It actually comes in at an angle. So that's why their pieces were so far apart, not because they were up high, because the thing was still traveling. It is what it is. But yeah, I did hold back at one thing where you would attack them when they're buttoned up. Best time to attack a man. It's just the whole Game of Thrones thing. You would stab him or attack a man with his guards down. Best time to attack him. Let's see. Guys, I did not try to start a political discussion in the comment section with this by saying Gulf of America. I only used it that way for one simple reason. I wanted to show that it was actually it landed in the Gulf, but it didn't actually hit any of the states. It didn't actually hit Mexico, but it's farther north. If they were coming in, they were coming in via the equator, but they would be trying to actually land more inland. The maneuver that he had to do to drop down, again, he's going to lose his direction a little bit. All he was trying to do was get the cooler air so they could launch the pods. But again, we don't do political stuff here. That's a completely different channel that unfortunately I do not have time for. If I was focusing on just that channel, you guys would get absolutely nothing. And I'm not going to do you dirty like that. Well, not that way. I might do you dirty, but I just do, but never mind. Let's see. The last comment down here for this one was how the captain of the aliens was willing to negotiate. Well, he kind of had to. He was about to, as a few people say about gaming, get his salad tossed. And he knew it. 75% of his forces had either been captured or killed at that point. Or of all the invading forces were done. and he's got invading forces coming in on the sea in every different direction. They're coming down they're marching down with all their heavy machinery, and they got aircraft coming in, and then they got, before they even see that, all these freaking rapid dragons are flying in as fast as they can, plus whatever the hell else can actually reach that far. And yeah, he's just like, I'm not going to sit here and just get blown the fuck up. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm gone now. And which is smart. So the last one I want to hit tonight is the series that's going on. There's something familiar about what's going on, though. And yeah, I think this is the last time you guys are going to see probably a Bordello picture. One, because I have trouble finding them. It took me about 20 minutes just to find this. But somebody brought up the fact. Now, I'm glad you're enjoying this, but I seriously don't think I can make it better than Ambush Predators, guys. If anybody who's listening, if you have not listened to Ambush Predators, by all means, go in the channel, go into playlists, and you're going to enjoy it. Everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. It's just I got so many different ones I got to get to. It's hard to actually get down to just one more. And I'm not sure how far I can push that one either. I pushed it pretty damn far. Also, the You Shall Not Pass. Yes. Yes, for some reason, that movie was on my brain, in my subconscious all week. Yes, I did mention those movies, which honestly I can barely stand watching, but for some reason they were stuck in my brain. So yes, the You Shall Not Pass. Yeah, that's where they came from. It's a little warm in here, guys. I actually had to close the windows, and the AC is not on because I don't like AC. Usually I just open the windows, but I don't need people talking and the birds and everything else getting on here. It's bad enough I had to rehook up the external hard drive trying to get more videos, but again, I need to go back. I need to reformat each video, and it's just okay. Where was it? I deleted a whole bunch of stuff off of here, the soundboard, trying to get everything organized. It's going to take some time because honestly, I'm flapping in the breeze. I look up every tutorial, and if you guys worked with these before, God help you. Where was it? Oh, come on, you son of a... You know, yes, I put that one in. Anyways, just want to go over a few more things. Now, this is not the channel. Let me take this down. Right now, let's go over the different things that are happening in pop culture. Now, there's not a lot happening in the pop culture news because everything's being taken up with political stuff right now. I try to stay away from the political stuff on the channel. We'll see how it goes. I might end up just moving over to my other channel so I can do the political stuff. I want to keep that out of here. You know, most of we're guys, we like to compartmentalize like that. I will say this, the news for Ironheart came in, and honestly, I didn't even want to throw a picture of that god-awful piece of donkey turds on this freaking channel because it looks so bad. Oh my God, it looks so freaking horrible. Why does it look horrible? Because, well, it was written and created when everything was gone broke, so they went woke and now they want to croak type situation. And I'm just like, guys, no. The actual Ironheart in the comics was not bad. She admitted that she just took Stark's ideas and adjusted it. She just didn't have the ability to make it as small and as compact, which was fine. Okay, you can deal with that. But at least admit it, not, oh, I'm so good that I created the same exact stuff that he did, but I did it my way. Oh, God damn you, pretentious little... Hold on, let me grab this again. You little... And it's just... Yeah, I know. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to stop using that. But still, it's It's annoying, guys. And I don't know how anybody's going to even watch it. I know the critic score is already really high. It's going through reshoots. How does it have a critic score already? Oy. The actress from Snow Yellow has lost her freaking mind. She has not only ruined her career, and now she's trying to push it subterranean. I just, why? Why? Again, we try to take away from politics, but I see some politicians over here who have already destroyed their careers, and now they're just trying to make it so people will throw them out of the country. It's terrible. I'm like, it was to say, if you find yourself in a hole, stop digging, asshole. Ugh. I even have it down here. Way too much politics. No joke. It's written right here. Way too much politics. I hate politics, man. I really do. Whenever politics gets involved with anything, when it slimes its way in, it's like a freaking STD. It sits there and just waits for a moment to pop up and say, you're fucked. You know, it's just, ugh. Oh, it's terrible. It's just beyond terrible. It's just, ugh. All right. I can't, hold on. I screwed up my notes here. Let me adjust here. Okay. So anyway, that's the end of that. And that took us about 27 minutes with all the screw ups that started with. Now let's go to the stuff that you guys wrote, because you guys are just fucking awesome. And as I scroll up, I see Erica, Demon, Sir, and there's Guard, and that must mean we're close to the top here. And yeah. I did find a way to actually set this up so it should click on immediately at 6:30. I screwed up this week. Like I said, the time was messed up. Hell, my nieces even showed up, and that put me back another 30 minutes. So yeah, fun. So anywho's, let me go up here. War Sniper with his hey. And oh yeah, well, since War Sniper's up there, hold on. I'll just put this back up. There you go. The only thing that freaks me out is the thing is it's like the black skirt with the white shirt, and every time I see that, my body says no, just because I was in a Catholic school and all those were obviously underage. So I'm just like, something just pulls me away. Doug is saying, how you guys doing? We're doing okay. I'll be doing a lot better if you guys oh shit. Oh, come on, you piece of shit. There we go. I'm doing okay if you guys don't forget to like and make sure you are still subscribed. I actually set this up for a reason, because for some reason, I am just bleeding off subscribers for some reason. I dropped again below 9,000. I haven't really missed a day. And even when I don't miss a day, when I actually post something, I'm still bleeding folks off. So I don't know what the hell is going on here. It's crazy, guys. It is absolutely nuts. So let me get back into comments here. And let's see here. Demon says, I mean, we're always short on people. That's not why it's time. We had a power outage last week, so we lost 2 days of production because a squirrel fried itself on a power line. So now they want us to make it up. Oh, sheesh. That's all sorts of fun. That's all serious fun. Alan says, oh, Foxy Lady's present. Yep, I'm going to leave that up there for a while because I don't have any videos, unfortunately. And yes, I wanted to show at least one from when I was in the field. Just a hint. When you leave infantry guys alone with the grenade and artillery simulators, weird shit is going to happen. Yeah, Erica's right. I hope the pay is good there, Demon. You know, I mean, life is more than money. But, well, actually, you know, you still got to enjoy yourself. It is what it is. There's Sir. Hey, sound check, no sound. Oh yeah, that's when I had the. Honestly, it was set up for when I was reviewing everything, so I actually have to turn the microphone off. That was my fault. Sorry, guys. And yes, they hear me. Up the numbers and keep higher numbers until plant shut down for 4th of July. Okay. There's Douglas saying hi to the sir. And yes, we are all hoping that you're feeling better. If you have a drink to the sir, let's hope your health becomes even better. I hope whatever ails you suddenly decides to punch in his time card and say, nope, let this guy go. Without punching your time card. Which is kind of weird. I actually told my nephew about a time card. He looked at me and goes, what's a time card? I was like, fuck, I'm old. Let's see. Demon says, sorry, the second half of my comment was so split, got kicked off typing when I started talking. That's okay. Let's see. Okay, feeling better. Okay, good. Very good, sir. Okay, War Sniper Sin, did you get the clip that I send True Demon? Now, if you're talking about the one that supposedly ran up to the tank, I got it. I unfortunately couldn't save it. Like I said, when it comes to YouTube, I have to go through third and fourth parties, and unfortunately, I have no idea how to do that. And it's just it just is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, and I don't know what else to say on that. Like I said, I tried Pixel Bay. I'm trying a few others. So far, nothing's working, and everybody's trying to charge me an arm, a leg, my right eye, my left nut for one clip. And I'm sorry, nope. Like the guy says, I don't bust my balls for that. And we got Guardian Sage, who says,
greeting mortals and other assorted beings.
I'm sure he loves when I do that. And there's the guard. Douglas says, well, my cousin who had brain cancer that I told you guys about walked over a few minutes before Father's Day. Okay, cool. That can be hard shit, dude. I watched my mom go through that. It's not even cool in any slight. A lot of people just deteriorate, and it's just, you know, I'm going to talk about something else because I almost actually do need something very strong to drink now. Guard says, well, that could have gone bad there a second. My dumbass almost clicked send being a $500 super chat. I only have 309 in my account. It is what it is, Guard. It is what it is. Besides, it would have been kickback. It's just that simple. I know because I've actually, don't ask me if I've ever done that before. Okay. Demon says, War Sniper, I never got your clip. Do not get my message about responding to me. So he didn't. Okay, so that clip I didn't get. If you're talking again, I got a couple different ones. Unfortunately, they're literally all from YouTube, and I cannot pull YouTube up on this without risking a copyright strike. And a small channel like mine will be deleted. I actually know somebody who had over, I think he said 50,000 subscribers, and they deleted them just one go because of a copyright. I'm like, you fucker, and he had to rebuild it from scratch. I'm not even sure if he's back on the line yet. I haven't seen him in a while. Let's see. Guard says, when I eventually win the lottery, then I'll start sending 500s. Like that'll ever happen. Hey, you never know. Just do us all a favor. And this is for everybody. If you come into a decent amount of money, whether it's the lotto, whether it's inheritance, whatever the fuck it is, you pay the taxes off first. That's number one. That you would think that'd be obvious, but trust me, it's not. You pay the initial taxes, then you hold on to it for at least 1 year. And we're not saying for a couple $100. I'm talking big money, tens, if not hundreds of thousands or better. Hold on to that for 1 year. Figure out exactly how you're going to spend it. Let the next tax bracket go around. Get an accountant so they can look over everything, so they know the IRS, instead of shoving the whole fist up your ass, they only get 1 or 2 fingers. Because you know they're gonna. And that thing's spinning up over there. I plugged in my other external hard drive. It's the one that makes a lot of noise. I gotta unplug it here. Anyways, let's see. Alan says, sorry, Douglas, best wishes for you and your family. Yeah. Lena says, I don't use video game recorders. Okay. Oh, that sucks. See, Guardian, did you forget your CLS training when you thought your dad might have bit the bullet? No, I thought he might still be asleep. I hadn't even touched him yet. I was actually walking towards him, seeing if he's going to react. So at that point, it's always, check for the first thing you do. You went through CLS training, I'm sure. Check for reaction. I was about me to this camera away. Actually, no, I take it back, about twice that distance. And he just kind of like, what? I'm like, ah. And besides, when I walked in the room, it only took maybe 5 seconds for him to respond. I'm like, Dad, Dad, Dad. And I don't want to scream that loud, because if he hears me say that, he's gonna be like, what? And then okay, no, I don't have that. I took that off there. Let's see. And by the way, he won't bite the bullet. He'll shoot the bullet into somebody else who tries to come into this house. Let's see. Sirs is oh yeah, okay. Now I see that. You guys are talking back and forth. Lena says, many HFY stories are from Reddit HFY channel. Yes, that is very much true. I made it a point when I created this channel, I would not, at any way, shape, or form, get things off Reddit. Reddit is horrible now. But there are still people that go on Reddit and actually read some stuff, and they're pretty good at it. Net Narrator does a very kind of humdrum way of doing, but he still has some inflection. He'll still speed up and slow down when you need to, things that a freaking AI won't do. And of course, there's the biggest one out there, which is Squirrels. So, yeah. And I think everybody likes him just for his really thick British accent. Or actually, I don't even know if he's really British, because I don't know accents. But yes, that's where some of them come from. I've tried reading some of those, just actually sit down and reading a long time ago, and you'll go through like 5 or 6 bad ones before you find a good one. Demon says, that reminds me of when I was in school years ago. Some friends and I did what if scenario, and if we could take 3 different video game series and make them into a military, what would you pick? And my picks were Halo, Armored Core, and Army Men series. Yes, Tiny Green Army Men. They make great spies. Or maybe I should say grat spies, the way you put it. And saboteurs. However you spell it out. Yeah. That is true. Now, I was at one point going to be putting on a second channel with the Green Army Men channel, where I would go through each of the maps and actually show the best way to actually line them up. And because a lot of them, I figured it out. It wasn't actually that hard. One of the key things is keep your logistics train up and running constantly. And if you're on one side of the map, you're not getting surrounded. That's fairly easy. The second one is make sure you start with those damn tents, and you just start just spamming the shit out of them. They don't give you much, but they give you enough to stay alive. And of course, you have to have your defense line when you start off, or else you're friggin' toast before you even start. But if you do things in sequence and you use the map to your advantage, and that's what I was going to be going over primarily. Well, that and cursing at how much the computer would cheat. But unfortunately, the reason that stopped is because I couldn't get additional maps. I tried. God help me, I tried. I went through all those different ones. Was it like Instant Gaming and whatnot, and Steam? And they all basically told me to go suck a fat baby's dick. And I said, okay, you can go fuck yourselves. They can take it in the butt. So, yeah. Lena says, recently found the Small Soldiers movie again. It's funny. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Kind of a classic movie. Still love it. Yeah. It's campy as all hell, and I love it. I will say, what's his name? Jones there. He did a really good voiceover. Let's see. Demon says Spaceball 2. Hold on, let me do something here. Spaceballs 2 has been officially announced. Most of the original cast. Not really. Rick Moranis is coming in. I don't know if Colonel Sanders is still alive. Joan Rivers, who played Dot Matrix. Most of you are too young to know what that actually means. She's gone. She's been gone for a long time. John Candy's gone. You know, I don't know if Perlman's still. Somebody told me he was out. I think he's still kicking, and I don't know if What's Her Nuts is still about. Miss, he shot my hair. You know that her. I don't know if she's still going about. Now the key is Rick Moranis. If they get him and the guy who plays Lone Star again, even if it's just those two. And they have another something like they get the whole Schwartz thing, and they go, "Oh, look, your Schwartz has grown like mine," and they do the whole look down thing and then look up. That will be worth the price of fucking admission. Can you imagine how many people actually jump out of their seats on that one? Although right now, if somebody from them actually heard that just, oh, we can't use it because Syntax use it. Yes, you can fucking use it. Just put a little blurb in there in the credits, you know, hey, check that out or whatever, or check me out or whatnot. Hell, I'd love to sit there and write with them. Unfortunately, I'm not a comedy writer. I make some goofy jokes, but most of my stuff is straight lace. But yes, I am looking forward to Spaceballs 2. I am actually in the minority in the family because most everyone's like, oh, no, that's going to suck because they don't have this, that, and the other thing. And I need to...
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
And I need to look over because if I don't do this, then people are going to say... If I don't say we got $10 super chat from Brian Kemp. And let me write this down so I can actually get you in there. By the way, Julius, before he even sent anything, or before the stream, he actually sent his stuff in. So that's why he's going to get his shout out along with Hamish. A little early, but they're still going to get their week-long shout outs. So thank you very much, Brian. I hope you enjoy the stories this week. I hope you enjoy all of it. And the extra little bonus at the end, you know, it's you guys, I know you guys say it's like the best part of the video is the very ending part that I do. And I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, if you guys have any pictures or like 2-second clips or something like that I can use or that you want me to use, by all means, send them. I'll use them. And, you know, for your shout out. Anyways, let me scroll back up here. Okay, I think I went too far. No, I didn't. Wow. Man, I am all over the place here. There's the small soldiers thing. Huh. I don't know. We were doing Spaceballs and I don't know where the fuck it went. Oh, there it is. Okay, here we are. Now we're in the right. Lena says, good luck with the political stuff. It's a shit show. Yeah. One that's not exactly political, which I had written. I just haven't been able. I did my first like 2 recordings and they came out like shit. Finally got a recording that's worth anything, but it's going to take a lot of editing to get the visuals. It's actually about the military branches and how they have trouble holding on to people. Now, everyone's all rah, USA, USA right now. And I know a lot of other countries have been trying for months to try and plus up their numbers. I have an issue with the folks actually in the units. And I hope you guys don't mind me going off in the weeds just a little bit. But, or hold on. Let me at least put a good one up there. But what it comes down to is the mentality. And unfortunately, a lot of senior NCOs and definitely officers pride themselves on losing people. I'm going to say that one again. They pride themselves on losing people. They will say, look how great we did. We lost 90% of our people. There are 90% casualties. We were combat ineffective. Look how great we are because all of our people got fucked up. That's not how you win a battle, jackass. That's not even close. And I even have it written down where officers believe in acceptable losses to an NCO. That doesn't fucking happen. No, absolutely fucking not. I know why the officers have to think that way because they're pushing huge freaking numbers. But when you're down with the guys, if you lose one of your guys and it's because you didn't train them, you take that fucking personally. And don't make it, I don't want to make it seem like I'm after the officers. There's a completely different mentality when it comes to officers. So again, don't take that personal. If you're one of the good ones, awesome, great. We need you back. You know, just like my former XO who ended up training at West Point. He talked and acted like an NCO, but he was a major last time I seen him. Good guy, and he kept his folks straight and true. But the fact of the matter is that a lot of people came through the Army where the chain of command would actually stop you from training. I'm not even kidding. They would stop you from training. If you took your guys out to an area and you're running through drills, well, you didn't run that past the LT. Yes, I did. You want to see the paperwork? I don't care. I didn't authorize. I didn't sign it off. Well, the LT signed it off. Well, the commander didn't sign it off. Did the commander look it over? Doesn't matter. The commander didn't sign it. What the fuck? So anyway, my thing is the guys need all the training. They need to cross-train. They need to know their basics, everything from basic survival skills up through these fucking drones. They need to be able to know all this shit. And they're not getting trained because the people ahead of them had not gotten trained correctly. And this is why I seen it in every single unit I was with. As soon as you start trying to train your guys correctly, you get a bunch of pushback. And it's even from folks at your own level, team leader and squad leader saying, well, you need to do it our way. Your way is doing nothing. Yeah, but you're making us look bad. I'm not making you look bad. That's your job. Okay, I'm going to shut up now because I'm just going through the whole damn thing. But you guys understand why it pisses me off. It's like they don't care. And I'll end with this. I was up in Fort Drum. My roommate was there. We were both E6. And one of our sergeant majors came through, and we're just reading the history stuff on the side of the walls. He's like, yeah, getting pride in the unit. And without us giving a beat, he goes, I have no pride in this unit. And sergeant major actually stopped, looked at him and said, what do you mean you don't have any pride in the unit? Why not? I don't pride myself in a unit that, or this, excuse me, let me say this right. This unit prides itself on losing people, Sergeant Major. And he just looked him square in the fucking eyes. And I'll tell you what, I've never seen a Sergeant Major do so much introspection so deep in such a little time as that point. He actually didn't say nothing. He didn't at ease anybody. He just turned slowly and walked away. I could see by the way he was walking, he was wobbling a little bit because his brain was going into overdrive. And I would tell you the three worst ones for that, but again, I've been talking about this too much, and I'm already edging on political shit. Okay, Guard says, kind of funny because even though the robots were, and I'm sure he's talking small soldiers here, were all robots, apparently it's created by a bunch of pro-humanity. Okay. Speaking of robots, I'm sure you guys seen the whole thing about why certain folks don't want the new AI to come in. The AI for how do I put this? The AI girlfriends and the AI boyfriends and all this other shit. And they're saying it's bad enough with one you can get on your phone, but heaven forbid you get an actual walking, talking robot that can take out your trash and cook your meals while you're working like demon here overtime like crazy. You know, come back home, you got a hot meal waiting for you. even though you live in a loft apartment or something. You know, just it'd be nice to have. But oh no, that's horrible. Why? They might abuse their robots. It's a piece of machinery. Do you get on a guy's case if he kicks the side of his car when it stalls out? No. Oy. Let's see. Going back to the comment section, Demon says that reminds me of the CW Batwoman series. The bat suit was perfect once it fits a woman. Like, my God, that show was garbage. Glad it died. It didn't just die. It hit the ground and people were still hitting it with sledgehammers. It's like, it's already done. Doesn't matter. Gotta just keep beating this dead horse. And all that. Rage is here. Cool. How you doing, Rage? Guardian says, unfortunately, some people who are in a hole of their own making only know how to keep digging. And they keep digging down. Yep. That's what's going to be the one who's causing my nephew problems. She's digging that hole and she just can't stop. But I mean, that's the hole she grew up in. That's the hole she wants to stay in. From what I hear, her little sister is going to be able to get out. Unless she's convinced to do something completely stupid, which happens with younger siblings. Let's see. Guard says, if they're going to make a sequel series of Iron Man, they could at least use his daughter instead of just some random ass kid who found his tech and said, I can be Iron Man now. Actually, the Ironheart series was supposed to be an offshoot, not a sequel, but I see your point. It's a very good point and a legitimate one. Now, the thing is, his daughter, at least in the comics section, was not nearly as smart as Tony Stark, at least when it came to building shit. She was smart like her mom. She could run the business like nobody's business, but she couldn't actually build. She didn't get that gene. I don't think it was supposed to be hereditary. Guard continues, oh, hell, they could have at least used the kid who helped Tony reboot his suit in the third movie and helped him repair. Dude, I wish I had the thing. I actually had one that was supposed to go, yes, and I don't. And just like, okay. Nope. You son of a, okay, that one's not working, period. How about this one? Yes, Guard. Yes, you beautiful motherfucker. That would have been yes. Yeah, because the kid was already really smart. He had built his own Tata gun without actually anybody helping him out, without any schematics or something like that. So he's already tech smart. Yes, that would work. Holy shit. Here, I'm just gonna that's just a beautiful idea right there, Guard. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I got to learn how to cut that off. Okay. Let's see. War Sniper. Okay. Yep. I'm sending it now. Yeah. Wi-Fi went down. Ain't that always a bitch? Oh, man. So I watch on my phone. Okay. Well, that's why we have multiple pieces of equipment. I'm sitting at probably about $600-700 worth of gear on the desk alone. Not counting what's off to my left here with the computer and the hand and the mic and everything else. But that's why we have extra stuff. That's why people have their iPads and their phones and their computers and their laptops and everything. I mean, I have a laptop. It's a gaming laptop. It's sitting over there. I haven't touched the fucking thing in a couple of weeks. No, wait, I did. I did have it on last week for about an hour. That's about it. Let's see. That's rare to happen in Europe. I'm assuming you're talking about all the craziness that's happening over there. Yeah, I'm trying to stay away from that stuff. And yeah, that's a subject that can get me booted off of here really, really fast. You guys know it. I know it. So I'm just done. Eric's here. Hey, he says, hey, everybody. Hey, Eric Draven. How you doing? Let's see. Guards up here says, can't wait for next Wednesday when you get to see my terrible accuracy in Rainbow Six Siege on a kill that should have been 100%. not gotten and should have died too. Why not? Hey, like I said, if you guys have videos you want to send, do not send me a YouTube link. Send me an actual cut video and I can post it on. As I was trying to do earlier. And again, it was a complete and total disaster. Lean had said Soviet Star Trek parody that AI made was funny. Haven't seen it. I'll take your word for it. I will definitely take your word for it. Erica says, been a long week for me. When you said Green Army Men, my mind went to the green plastic army soldier toy. It pretty much is. Apparently, I don't know, Erica, if you played that one, the actual Army Men game. You can get it on Steam. Unfortunately, well, I'm hoping, unlike me, you guys can actually get more maps and stuff like that. I get the base ones and that's it. And I was going through each of them and I was getting all this set up. And I was actually checking off the box, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Wait, where the hell are the rest of the maps? Why can't I put any more on here? What the fuck?" And just want to. I mean, I know you guys are awesome, but I'll tell you what, the Steam is. I don't know. They need one hell of an update, and they need live people. Okay. Scroll a little bit. Leonid says, I remember watching animated Spaceballs. Really? The sequel movie is long overdue. Yes, it is. 38 years. 38 years. The main reason they didn't do a sequel is they were catching a lot of flack because a lot of the jokes were starting to be seen as you can't do those anymore. Just like Mel Brooks says, Blazing Saddles can't be made anymore. You couldn't make that today if you tried. And I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not cracking one off. That's the new chair, guys. That's the new chair. I'm going to just lean it forward a little bit. Anyway, but yeah, they should have made a second. And let me put it this way. If this thing wants to do. But what happened was they got into trouble because everybody was getting politically correct and it turned out to be bullshit. And even Mel Brooks said you could not make Blazing Saddles today. You could not make Spaceballs the way it was. Not until recently when people realized that the woke was bullshit. It's always been bullshit, always will be bullshit. And they want to do Spaceballs too, the search for more money. Now I'm kind of wishing I had yogurt on here instead, but I only have so many spots for visuals, and yeah, it sucks. I'd probably have like 50 or 60 lined up every single time if I could. See, Demon says that's exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, talking to Eric. Okay. Doug says that picture of the bull and the woman reminds me of a video with a Spanish bullfighter who got hooked by a bull in the rectum. It was a toss between this picture and that actual picture. No joke. It was right next to it. And I was like, I saw that one. I was like, you know what? That one's been overdone. And a lot of people say it's debunked or whatever. No, it's actually real. It was a Mexican fighting bull who finally said, you know what? Fuck you. Although I will say this, I wish I could show it, but I can't. I might be able to get a hold of the video where the matador went down to Texas to an actual rodeo. I don't know if you guys ever remember this, but this was one of the reasons why they don't allow matadors anywhere in Texas anymore. He got a hold of the microphone and in really fucked up English, he was saying how he could take on any bull here. He's so good. He doesn't just ride the bull and hold for 8 seconds. He can be out here for 20 minutes and face the bull. He'll even kill the bull, just talking himself up. And everyone's booing him and stuff like this. He thought he'd, show himself off a little bit. He must have been thinking they were going to let out a Mexican fighting bull. Bullshit. You know what? They sent out a fucking Texas Longhorn. And that son of a bitch said, I don't fucking think so. And turned its head, went right through his torso. And then for the next 5 or 6 minutes, it's just bobbing its head all the way around. and the body's just flapping. They think the guy was alive for maybe another 20 seconds, but that was straight through his aorta. He was done. He bled out quick. By the time they calmed the bull down and actually got the body off, he was long since done. And that's the last time they allowed that shit to happen. They might have changed their mind in the past few years because that was like 20 years ago. But still, I'm just looking at like, what the hell were you thinking? That's a 2,000-pound rampaging animal whose only desire is to get you on the ground where it can crush you. It wants to kill you. Are you high? Most of those Mexican fighting bulls are trained to do what they do. And before they even realize they're in a match where it's actually to the death, they've already got a friggin' lance through the neck. And they're halfway to done. Let's see. Eric is saying, I love space balls. Okay. It's you do you. Warsnip saying, I have Wi-Fi on PC, but not mobile. Okay. Why not? Eric is saying, gotta watch the space balls now. Wi-Fi. Oh, got your Wi-Fi up. Good. Demon has sent the clip. I'd have to actually come off the stream to look at it. I've tried that before as I was setting up, and it was actually in this section I'm working with now. As soon as I opened up my emails, it clipped off. So I was, no. I'll take a look. I check my emails somewhat regularly now, and that's why I know that all those YouTube clips just weren't working. Let's see. War Sniper says it's not short, maybe 20 minutes or a little longer. I'll have to look it over and see if it works on here. It should. I might just cut it up into pieces and have it set up on the side. Because all I have to do is click on here on media, and cut it off real quick. There's a few things I can do here. Unfortunately, StreamYards is more for beginners. It's not the more advanced. Okay. There we go. Okay, 2 minutes or a little long. 2 minutes I can handle. I'm going to cut it at 3. If you guys have a clip that's any longer than 3 minutes, I can't. I won't do it on the stream. Not unless I can cut it into pieces. So if I can chop it into pieces, which if I have the actual video and I can put it into my software and just make parts, that's perfectly fine. Let's see. Demon says, let the 3-ring circus keep going. I run off chocolate, caffeine, and chaos. Maniacal laugh. Maniacal laugh. At least that voice changer works. Me personally, I run off caffeine and hate, so yeah. War Sniper, tailless. Oh, tails. Okay, thought that said tailless. Now happy. Oh yeah. Well, I'll put the tails up for you. You and your. I don't know why you guys fluffy fluff those things. Me personally, I can do without. However, on that one, I think you guys will enjoy part of the new Something Familiar this coming Sunday. I am not done writing it. I'm about a third of the way through for this episode, and I might have to spend like a good 6 hours putting some serious time into it. Or better, just doing nothing but writing. Because I got a lot of personnel to go through on that one. A lot. You notice how the number of people keeps building up and building up. I have a whole roster that I have to go through. And, oh, shit. What the oh, I hate when it jumps like that.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
And what do we got? We got a $5 super chat from the Guardian Sage, and I just cracked my neck and it hurts like hell, but I'm not going to sit here and yipe. I'll do that later. And he says, found the computer that has the image I want to send you as the background. Now I have to figure out which file it's hidden in. Yeah. Been there, done that. Like I said, I was looking for video files earlier, and yeah, it just probably a good hour. I had to hook up the old hard drive and everything just to make it work, and it was just a disaster. But I'll look forward to it, Guardian. And guess here's the kicker, folks. If you guys send me images you want me to use when you get your shout outs, I will make a separate file specifically for you. The only one right now that does not have everything compiled is Brian, because I've got motorcycle clips all over fucking creation, and I've got to go through every single file one by one to actually find them all. And, you know, he's got the Fonzie, he's got Terminator, he's got Rambo, he's got Ghost Rider, he's got all these other guys. The only ones I don't do is Easy Rider, because honestly, that movie is, if you can separate yourself, you know, have your suspension of disbelief going, it's a decent movie. But for me, I'm sorry, no. I want suspension of disbelief. I will watch freaking Godzilla -1. Because that's still a great. If you guys haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's just a good movie. I mean, granted, you have to read it unless you know Japanese, but still. Let's see. Douglas says, Patton said it best. Your job is not to die for your country. It's to make the other poor. Well, actually, he didn't say sob. He said fucker. Poor fucker die for theirs. Or I don't know, he said fucker or bastard, but yeah. See, but you're right. It's absolutely right. And I've had that same conversation with West Pointers, with trainees, with privates. I've even said it to straight up officers, and because they're just like, whatever, you die for your country. I'm like, are you drunk? Are you drunk, high, or stupid, sir? Because there's only 3 options there. And they'll look at you because they want you to expand on it. And the only time I expand on it is with somebody who was lower rank is like, well, have you been drinking? No, sir. Are you on drugs? No, sir. Well, that just leaves one option, doesn't it? Let's see. Alan says those are bunker officers, not troop officers. Okay. See, Erica says that does look like me when I'm in the middle of school. I was in t-shirts and blue jeans. Okay. Okay. War Sniper, you want to hit on her a little more? Whoa, what the fuck was that? Sorry guys, for some reason I just got real dizzy all of a sudden. That was odd. I think I've been sitting down for too long. It'll be fine once I stand up. Let's see. Lenin says, I know it was supposed to be a joke, but right now the military recruiting video game players because of hold on. Right now the military recruiting video game players because of drones. Actually, I think the Chubby Sparky did a whole thing on this with the Switchblade. I unfortunately didn't get to use the Switchblade. I was able to actually pick it up and carry it somewhere. And yes, it is very light. It shoots out of a little tube that's about big around as this glass. You know, it's very, very light. It's unbelievable. It actually feels about as heavy as a law rocket, believe it or not. You know, in its case, you know, carrying case, but it it makes sense. If that's the way things are going, you need to know how to handle it. You need to know how to deal with something like that. And honestly, the only drawback to the drones is the fact that they have the absolute highest self-deletion rate out of every single MOS in every single branch. Why? Because when it finally hits you that those are not bots, those are not NPCs, those are actual people that you're blowing into pink mist, it fucks with your psyche so bad that you have no idea what the hell's going on. So, yeah. That being said, I would have found it interesting to use the Switchblade because I would have gone full Boba Fett. I would have had that thing set up on both sides, set the things up on my arm, hit the, and then just fly those suckers in. And I guarantee somebody's done that. I guarantee. But the thing is, when those things go off, they're kind of loud. It's like a shotgun blast going next to your head. So you better have your plugs in. That's one of the reasons why when you fire it, you actually duck your head. I did see the doctrine on that because you're supposed to let the reverberation go around your helmet. Anyway, Erica says, I never wear that kind of stuff, but yeah. War Sniper wants to see her in a dress. Let's see. Demon, I'd love it if someone or something would do my dishes and laundry. Yeah. Yeah. Just yeah. Actually, I have to do laundry when I'm done with this. I'm running out of shirts. Wait till I get in the garden. I'll run out of pants really quick because I'll be up to my knees in mud and dirt and everything else. Let's see. Demon continues. I've only played 2 D&D campaigns and both did not end well. I love the idea of D&D, just have not been able to play D&D with a good group. Honestly, I've never actually played a full game of D&D. I watch people play it and a little bit, but honestly, they were playing it in college and they spent more time drinking than playing. That was their thing. And they're like, hey, come on, play with us. I said, I'll drink with you. I'm not going to play. Oh, but if you want to drink with us, you got to play. I'm like, okay, I'll go drink somewhere else. Oh, don't be like that. They wanted me to stick around because I always had a bottle. I drank a lot. Not much of a beer fan because most of what we could afford at that point was the beast. Or should I put it this way?
The beast.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, Milwaukee's Best. It is just gross, but it's cheap. Wars Number says, D&D, my character is a female archer with a dragon, of course. The female is the rider of the dragon. I'm trying to think of something to say that isn't suggestive. I am failing miserably, so I'll just say giggity. Let's see. Guard says, if your Wi-Fi went down and you have broad link, the reason why it keeps going in and out is because Spectrum bought them out and they're rewriting Okay, that makes perfect sense, Guard. That makes absolutely perfect sense. Although the sunspot activity doesn't help things. Let's see. So he continues with, my Wi-Fi has been dipping in and out for like 4 days straight. Yeah, mine's been having issues too, and I actually have Spectrum. Now because I've been doing nothing but rewriting everything. Okay, yeah. Hell, they spent 2 days in front of my house setting up the wire. Really, 2 days? Damn, you must have a busy area. Erica jumps in, says, I have been in homebrews or first campaign books. I'm sure that's more D&D stuff, but that's going right over my head. Let's see. Douglas jumps in. He says, my daughter goes for first ultrasound tomorrow to find out if she's having one or more than one, and also see the sex of the babies. Well, I believe this is one of those times where we need to all raise our glasses to the health of the mother and child or children in this situation. So, Doug, here's to you and your kin. I actually just finished off that bottle. Got to get another one because I'm talking so much, my throat gets dry really quick. Plus, it is hot as fuck in here. I mean, all the condensation on the bottle is going to make this hard to pop the top. Oh, maybe not. I missed. All right. But yeah, good luck on that, Doug. And let us know. War Sniper says, by buy a large hoodie and okay. He's more talking about that. Now, that's one piece of clothing I never understood. The hoodie. You can't buy just a normal sweatshirt anymore unless it's like something with a college logo on it. I'm like, I just want a regular sweatshirt. I do not need the hood. I don't need the pocket. I don't need that. I just need a fucking sweatshirt. But no, it's gotta be a hoodie. Oh man, I need a bite me sign down here, and I don't have anything currently. Yeah, fun. All right. Doug says, my family has a 1,300-year history of multiple births. I did the research to verify that point. No shit. Are we talking 2s or 3s? If you're talking 3s, that's quite taxing on someone. Not just because of the actual, carrying 3 and delivering 3 and feeding 3, but also the fact that the woman will actually blow through her eggs quite quick, and that's very, very, very bad. And unfortunately, in that case, I hate to say this, but that's early menopause area, and yeah, not cool. I've known plenty of women that are going through that, and they all hate it, and rightfully so. Another thing on that is, again, if it's 2 or 3, one of the main issues, especially if she's feeding from the body, I can't actually say the B word on here without getting in trouble, and I don't mean Beetlejuice. The requirement of calcium from the mother is quite intense, and if she doesn't have calcium, she can't repair her own bones, and then you got bigger problems. So, but I'm sure you understand this. I'm sure you got it. I worry about pregnancies and stuff like that because I'm all about setting people up for success. And when I told my sister-in-law that she needed to get on a pregnancy diet, she looked at me and said, "What the hell's a pregnancy diet?" And I was like, "Yeah, you got to stop using that Splenda. You can't have any drinks. You're done smoking." She's like, "Oh, well, I know about the smoking and drinking, but Splenda's not bad." I'm like, "Go ahead and call your pediatrician before your next cup of coffee. See what they say." Or OBGYN or whatever the hell it is. And sure enough, the next time I saw her, I was like, "So what about the pregnancy diet?" "Shut up. I don't want to talk about it." And I was like, okay. Okay, Guardian says, I have quite a few characters that I made in D&D. 5.5E has made it so that I can't use quite a few of my characters without Dungeon Master permission. Okay. The reason is because they are half dragons. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that's in the rule book. Let's see. Leonid talking to Doug here. They should be fun to make a sequel trilogy. Or is that? Make a sequel? Or are you talking about Spaceballs? That'd be something. Wait another 38 years to make another one. Let's see. Erica, congratulations. Can we officially call you Gramps? I was thinking about the lady that got pantsied. Pantsed? Is that what you're saying? Pantsed by a buffalo? Oh, pants by a buffalo. Okay. You're talking being, yeah, when she got friggin' chucked and her friggin' drawers got ripped off. Yeah. I saw the video, and all I can say is, what the hell are you doing getting closer? Those things are fucking mean, guys. If you're anywhere near a bison/buffalo, do not get close. Use your zoom lens to get that picture, and for the love of God, don't try a selfie. Those things are very territorial, and they will knock a car all the way off. I've actually seen the side of one guy's truck. It was a big F-350, and this was back in the late 90s. He actually raised buffaloes. He was actually living near Buffalo. That ranch is still there. And he's like, this is why you don't want to get close. He actually left his truck out there while he was fixing the fence, and one of them came up and wham! Those things are fucking mean. And it did it just to do it. It didn't actually do it out of malice. It apparently just hit his truck and walked off. I'm like, holy crap, remind me not to get pissed, not to get hit by one of those. It's the reason why cows are used to actually produce meat instead of buffalo, even though buffalo meat is actually much healthier than steak is, or than beef. It by a lot, actually. There's actually a place down here. It's maybe 30 minutes away. They actually do sell bison meat, burgers, steaks, and stuff like that. Holy! If I had the money, I'd eat there once a week at least. I'm drooling just thinking about it. I'm not even kidding. I'm actually drooling. Guard says, I love the fact that in Fallout New Vegas, the game actively tells you not to join the NCR. Okay. War Sniper. Oh, yeah, I got the message. It was minutes, not 20 minutes. Gotcha. No worries. No worries. But thanks to that, actually, you helped me bring out the whole thing about a 3-minute limit. Because unfortunately, I've seen a few guys that I know who actually run other podcasts, and they have that issue. People try to send them like a 20-minute video, and they're only on for a certain amount of time. So it kind of screws them up. Me, I just keep going until we reach the bottom here. Lena says the original Star Trek was already communist, or Soviet Star Trek Next Generation AI parody is basically the same thing. Yes and no. Is it closer to socialist than it is to capitalism? Absolutely. However, is it communist? Not quite. It's close. It's not there. The reason why it's not is because you are not required to join said federation. They try to make everybody in there, but there is still commerce that goes around, and what it is a lack. It's a society that no longer fights for resources. Once you have an industrial size replicator, you can build your own ship, provided you have enough of the, I think they use antimatter or something like that in there. I haven't looked into it in a long time. But you need a certain amount of whatever the power source is, plus whatever additive you're actually using, and it will build a full-size battle cruiser. It's like, what the fuck? You wouldn't actually need anybody going out busting their ass in the mines anymore. And the only reason you could say it's communist from what you're looking at is because they're on the ship. And a ship to run like that still needs a chain of command. Well, duh. Even a civilian ship, and the Next Generation was considered a generational ship. It's meant to travel out and about and only come back into Federation space every 10, 15 years. So that's why they had so many, the rooms were roomy and cushiony, and they had the holodeck where everybody was screwing their holographic girlfriends and boyfriends or whatever tickles your fancy, all that fun stuff. And yeah, that it's not quite. I want to say it is communist. It's not there yet. It's a resource overdrive, basically. Not that I've ever done stories like that. Not that there might be one I am doing that's, I don't know, kind of down that line, but I'm not giving away. You guys know I don't do spoilers here. I will just say hint, hint. Guard says, like everything you get if you join the NCR, unreliable NPC allies, taxes being charged at $50 to $300 cap fine. Is that like $1 one cap type thing? For every crime you commit, and you only get a half-foot tall gold statue. So you get an Oscar? Huh. War Sniper says, Sin, can I send more than one clip? Yes, absolutely. Yep. Yep. Abso-fucking-lutely you can. And I will never stop it, just so long as it's a little south of, oh, you son of a, ooh. For some reason, this thing is not reading these. I was going to do the swing, and it's not coming up. That's weird. I don't know why that's. I'm gonna have to go through my Steam Deck and find out what's going on there. But yes, absolutely, you can. I would not stop you, and hopefully, things will make you
feel like a monster.
But then again, it might make me laugh so hard.
I sound like a minion.
So we'll see how that goes. Excuse me, guys. Oh, burp came out. Actually, speaking of caps, I thought it was funny. All these caps that I pull off of here actually get chucked in a box over here. My nephew saw it, says, "Oh, are you getting ready for the apocalypse?" I'm like, no. I don't have a bunker to hide in, so I'd end up with one of those guys with a melted skin. Lord knows what else would melt off of me. And what am I going to use the caps for? Anyway, yes, one more. Let's see. Guard says, if you join, yes, man, complete and total control over New Vegas strips, unlimited gambling, unlimited trade, NPCs, allies that can wreck literally anything, and no taxes. Okay, sounds like if you join, you're half screwed unless you become the number one, which is a dictatorship. So yeah. It continues with, I could go on, but I would probably have to send another 8 or 9 messages, and that would take too long. Okay, yay. Not arguing there. There's the Guardian Sage with his super chat. Let's see. War Sniper says, more than one clip per week, just send, more than one clip per week, just send one when something fun happens in the game clip and send it true. Okay. Hey, you guys send whatever you want, because here's the fun thing that I'm finding on this, the StreamYards. I can actually just put the videos up and they will just stay there. I don't have to adjust any, that video I show you with the tank. I don't have to do anything. It's there every single time. The pictures that are down below here, I have to redo those every single time. It is just obnoxious. Let's see. Eric says, any good monster movies coming out soon? None that I saw. I have not seen any decent monster movies, and unfortunately, a lot of monster movies are very much the same. At least anything, human size. There's the suspense, like 1 or 2 jump scares, somebody getting pulled off in the middle of nowhere and you just hear screams to try and build up tension, and then boom, you get the reveal, and then everyone's just running and shooting. Usually both at the same time. I haven't seen a halfway decent creature feature in a long time. Not since the last actual Godzilla movie came out, where they beat up the red ape Kong guy. I mean, I swear, how many times in that movie do you count that in Kong-ese, Kong literally says, "Fuck you"? I mean, you think about it, how many, like when he slams the guy down, he shouts, "That's a fuck you." And there's the fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, as he's screaming, so somebody has got to do the voiceovers for those, because I think that would be hilarious. Or somebody might already do it. Let's see. Lena says, hope that guide from Evo Galactic Lore gets poisoned from all the goodwill he's getting. But then again, you are watching a Gundam show from a different flavor. Sort of, yeah. I wouldn't really call it a Gundam show. I mean, yeah, they got the robots and whatnot, which is kind of, dumb. Hold on. But I will say that they really do a good job with everything else. Now, it's not quite like, I've seen the up again. When I read the manga years ago, I got a little bit farther than this. I got through the Pirate King arc, and that's about where I stopped. I got a little bit farther. I'm not going to ruin anything, because they've already adjusted a lot of it. A lot. I don't know why, but they did. I know they cut a lot out because it was too adult. So we'll see. And you're going to see it's not quite a Gundam thing. There's a lot of background stuff that becomes forefront. All right. Let's see. Demon says Godzilla -1 was amazing. Yes, it was. It was extremely good. I took my dad to go see it, and guess what? He actually enjoyed it, and he doesn't like reading movies. Guard says, I wonder if we'll get a sequel to it. That's a good question. And Erica's saying she's already seen Godzilla -1. I hope you enjoyed it. Erica is not reacting, so I will stop complimenting her if she's not working, so I will stop. Demon says, have to leave in less than 10 minutes. Sadly, he might already be gone. I don't know. I'm not towards the bottom here. If you are still here, Demon, good luck at work. See. Oh, Erica. Oh, I didn't know I was boring you so much, Erica. Am I boring you off to sleep?
Should I pull a minion? Or maybe Alvin and the Chipmunks? Doot, 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 doot.
Okay, that's enough of that. See. Good luck getting her in the fancy clothes. End up ruining them. Well, only if she fights too much. Or maybe she'll... No, never mind. I like you too much, Erica. I'm not going to keep going with that one. Let's see. Lena says, the AI also made a couple of Star Wars videos, Imperial news reports. All around protesters and Death Star explosion news. Okay, why not? It's getting to the point where somebody's going to... the ChatGPT or all whatever AI is going to get so good that they're going to be able to make an ambush predators by just taking what I've put down and filling in the blanks. Eventually, it's going to be that way. And hold on. Okay, our neighbors here. She's actually showing up to grab some strawberries. They're in season. If you know, by the way, if you don't know, if you guys like strawberries, it is right in peak season right now. So get your strawberry shortcakes while you still can. Eric says, Milwaukee's best might be bad to you, but it's better than Meister Bruh. I've never had Meister Bruh. All I can say is, bruh, if it's worse than Beast, then bruh. Let's see. Warris never says, Sin, no, not Rider. It was that way. She is the Dragon Rider of the Dragon and is based off Aragon, the 4-book saga. Yeah, honestly, I didn't mind Aragon, the movie. I never read the books. It's campy, it's childish, but that's what I was looking for at the time, so that's probably why I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, people who've read the books have briefed me on how just bad that girl is treated when she's in captivity, and it's honestly, I'm glad I didn't read it. It's bad. It's just bad. Guard says, I feel like I was in a funny Star Wars AI video that had been coming out. The Bigfoot vlog ones are even better. I only saw one of those, and they're just filling up my feed. I don't dare click on it anymore because I have a feeling I'll just binge watch all of them, and I can't sit there for that amount of time and just go through it all. War Sniper saying, cover the sunlight so it's dark and you can go to bed. Yeah, it's getting dark here. Pretty soon I'll be locking up the birds. Let's see. Tekkaman Rage, wearing the switchblade like the guy in G.I. Joe. I think like the Mandalorian, but I don't know which guy in G.I. Joe you're talking about. Oh, wait, the guy who kept saying bang? Is that the guy you're talking about? I don't know. That's the only one I can think of. Let's see. Guard says, there's one where he covers the LA riots and it goes like, this is Bigfoot Vlogs here. I just entered the LA riots and shit's hitting the fan hard. I think I just saw a cop throwing hands with a furry, and my brother Greg got arrested for smoking a joint. And then the next scene, a car explodes, and him saying, I think I got some hair got singed, and yells, Greg. And Greg is out there joining hand like, wasn't arrested, man. Oh, I'm sure being a protester, he was arrested and just let go. Let's see. Douglas says up to 5 at 1, 2 points in my family history. Really? Damn. That's like I said, that can be taxing. Demon says, well, I don't wanna, but I gotta go to work. Have a good night, everybody. See you again. Bye when I get to work. See you, Demon. Have a good day. Let's see. Leonid says, Master Swordsman is a really cool anime. The main character reminds me of Rudius's dad. You know, I actually stopped watching the Rudius one. It didn't appeal to me. Let's see down here. Whoa. Okay, this thing just flickered weird. Guardian says, no wonder bison meats taste good. It's still not as good as venison, but it's still good. I enjoy venison very much. I have an issue with venison ribs because they have to be boiled at minimum 2 times before you cook them. Yeah, for those that don't know, they are just coated with tallow. And tallow is basically a type of gritty lard. And it just gets in your mouth and you're literally scraping it off. It's yeah. I wonder, Guardian, if you rip out the preacher's cut with your bare hands, because that's how I do it. Get my hands under there, grab the top, pop, grab the bottom, pop, and just like, okay, got them both. Of course, then again, if most people don't know what those muscles are for and why they're so tender, yeah. Not going to go in there. Oh, Guardians, what the? Hold on. I feel like I screwed up and I deserve one of these. Because Guardian sent another $5 super chat and my dumbass didn't see it. So let me set up here for 10. By the way, guys, if you're wondering how I come up with the order in which I say thank you at the end of the videos, it's literally the highest amount goes first and all the way down, because I had it in the reverse order before, so that the person who sent the most got the longest time on screen. Got a lot of pushback. So, but yeah, I will put your image in your folder there, Guardian, for sure. And I'm sure it's going to be either a dragon with somebody riding, or it's going to be somebody with a hood on casting a spell. And thank you very much, by the way. And let me hold on. Where's a good one? Where's a good one? Crap, I just seen it. Damn it. Crap. Where the? Okay, sorry. I don't know where that. I put one of these sound effects. It just went away. Oh, that one. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. Okay. Let's see. Warstorm says, okay, then I will send a clip tomorrow and after the stream. True Demon. Okay. Let's see. Leonid. I don't want to say it, but hold on. She said it. She said it. But they will critique, did a critique of capitalism in Next Generation a couple of times. How much does a ship toss? Money is not important. How do you get paid? Yeah, I remember that. That was in the movie. And yeah, it's actually trying to understand a society where currency is not actually in common use is something a lot of us would have trouble with, at least for a while. But if you're just trading in the only things that actually have value, then yeah. And yeah, I may or may not be talking about tonight's story. But yeah. Erica says, no, you're not boring me. I just get ruined by freak accents ever since I was a child. Ugh. Like I would trip and the dress had a new slip ripped in it. Well, you could end up like the MC in Something Familiar, his power went so much he was friggin' flashing all his downward parts. Just because the energy backlash friggin' blew open his that robe he was wearing, which was, if you actually listen close, that white robe they wear is more of a dress than anything else. Which is, yeah. Let me take that off. Okay. Lena says, honestly, every Gundam show needs a space psychologist because of teenagers piloting military robots. Now, I would agree with you for all the Gundam shows, but the Evil Lord one, I can say no, because by the time the guy even takes his robot into space, he is over 50 years old. And for those who don't understand what I'm talking about, even though he looks like a teenager, everybody in that universe lives somewhere around 2,500 years. I think I got to the point where he saw his parents and grandparents, and they look like they're in their 30s. So, and they were several hundred years old when they had their children. So, yeah. It's the different ways they put it up. Let's see. Tekkaman says, took me a minute to remember his name, Metalhead. I'm guessing that's Bang, Mr. Bang Bang. Bang, bang, bangity bang, to bang, to bang, 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 to bang. Let's see. Erica says, my prom dress got ruined because I tripped and the punch I was drinking went all over me. Well, it was prom. You're supposed to get your dress dirty. I didn't go to my prom. Honestly, I'm glad I didn't. I hated everything about my high school, with the exception of a couple friends of mine. And of course, I was also working 40 hours a week, so it was normal for me to pass out in class. Anyway, Alina says, Death Star is a really good career post. Practically, you can stay there forever. Retirement benefits guaranteed. Then it explodes. Where's my... Oh, it didn't go off, you jerk. Ah, damn. I swear, sometimes this thing just doesn't want to go off. Let me see if I can get the explosion to go. No, I guess not. It'll probably kick in a few seconds. But yeah, that if it goes off, that'll be the Death Star blowing up. Just like that. Okay, Demon also says, just got to work, can't stay. Just wanted to bitch about why I hate going to work early. Drive home from work, sun in the eyes the entire drive. When I go to work early, again, sun in my eyes, entire drive, can't wait. I've had that happen, and I've almost gotten a 3-car accident. So do yourself a favor. If for some reason you're blinded, can't see, hit the damn brakes. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. And he says, good night, everybody. Good night, Demon. Alan says, don't work too hard, SS Demon. Or as he put it, Diamond. And I know, I'm giving you shit about spelling, and trust me, I can't spell worth the dog shit. So anyways, looks like we're towards the bottom. I'm just going to give it a little bit of time before we go, because I've been talking for about an hour and 45 minutes with you absolutely wonderful, awesome motherfuckers out there. You guys are epically great. So unfortunately, some of my jokes got a few didn't land all that good. But I will say thanks to you guys. I'm going to give you an applause because, hey, you guys deserve it. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be here. And it's nice to be noticed. And hopefully I didn't get too many tonight. I will say this. Do not be surprised if I use more of the voice changers and things like that. So
during the different stories and
all that, because, well, let's face it, it helps with the story.
At least I think it does. You guys will have to let me know.
Lenin says the pirate was more evil than him. Well, everybody's more evil than him. It's actually funny because the whole premise of the movie, or sorry, the series, is the fact that he doesn't he wants to be an evil lord. He doesn't understand that he also wants to have fun. But to have fun on the money, he can't just take the money. He's got to, he's got to build up his economy so that he can have money to piss off. But then everybody does well and they like him because, how do I put this? It's like a certain politician out there right now who I'm currently not endorsing because I like to try and stay away from politics. But I also use the same metaphor, the same phrase from Game of Thrones. I do not trust them. I trust their self-interest. If there is somebody who only makes money because the economy is good, that's the only way they're going to make money. And they will make a shit ton of money, which means they're going to want to make a shit ton of money, which means that now they have to make the economy good, which I like, so that they can make money that's not going to bother me. Then we're on the same path. It's just that simple. You're kidding me. Only 3 likes? Did I not actually put this on too much? You know, don't forget to like and make sure you're still subscribed, folks. I would appreciate that very, 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 very much. And all right. Since everybody's in the comment section saying goodbye, I will finish up with the safety brief. You guys all know this one. And if you know it, go along with me. If you drink, you don't drive. If you drive, you don't drink. If your buddy wants to drink and drive, beat their fucking ass. It's better to explain to the cops why you broke your buddy's nose than explain to their spouse why they're never coming home again. Or at least in the hospital. If your little soldier is going in the bush, make sure he wears his poncho. It gets wet in the bush, at least if you know what you're doing. Let's see. If you're going to have the hard stuff, as in a little nose candy, you better invite me first or I'm going to be pissed off. Better off just staying away from it. Aside from that, again, be careful on the roads, everybody. The weather's being really weird, and we already got a demon who says he keeps getting the light straight in his eyeballs. Not fun. You add rain on top of that, even worse. And plus, we got a lot of critters running around. The fawns, if you're out in an area that has deer, be aware that if mama's walking across, the fawns are going to be coming behind her. It might not cause any damage to your car at first. If it goes underneath, if they go over top, it's coming right through your windshield. Not cool. If you see one, slow down because there might be 2. And that goes with turkeys and that goes with coyotes. It goes for everything. So take care of yourselves, folks, because I want to see all of you next week here on Syntext Live. This is your host, and I'm punching out.